This controller has a built-in screen, cuz. Yes, people, then let's get straight into it. We're out here with the Nacon Xbox Revolution X Unlimited. It's supposed to be the upgrade to the old Revolution X and the Xbox equivalent of the new Revolution 5 Pro for PlayStation. Now, just for transparency, Nacon did send this down to me for free just for review purposes, but it's just a loan, so it goes back to them after I've done this review and they don't see this review before it gets released to the public. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the controller, yeah, it looks and it feels good. I've got the most sausage fingers of sausage fingers on YouTube. This thing feels nice and comfy in the hand. To be honest, most Xbox controllers do anyway, and especially Nacon controllers. It's only really been their Nacon controller Compact Pro, which felt a little bit small in the hand, but that's obviously within the name. It's supposed to be compact. This thing, yeah, feels much more standard size. The analog sticks feel really good. The clicky buttons on the face, yeah, they feel good. All buttons got a nice little click to them. I'm going to have to do like a little click test later on. Shoulder buttons, LB, RB, LT and RT, they feel good. It looks like we got some extra shoulder buttons up here as well as the USB port there. Love the fact that it's a detachable cable, fam. So if you do mash up the included cable that you get with the controller, it's not the end of the day for the controller, fam. You can just get a new cable, plug it in directly to your PC if you do need that wired connection. However, with the Revolution Controller Compact, you see the cable soldered in. So if anything happens to this cable, this whole controller is dead. So yeah, love the fact that they've kind of future-proofed it in that regard. But yeah, I love these grips on the side. They got these kind of rubberistic grips and a soft plastic all over the place. So you got a nice grip where your kind of palms are kind of sitting kind of thing. And then, you know, over the rest of the thing is kind of nice and smooth. Now on the back, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 extra buttons there. You've got some kind of profile buttons here as well, which you can use to set the settings. I'm assuming you got a Bluetooth. Oh, we got tri-connectivity. So you got Bluetooth, wireless 2.4 gigahertz, and you got USB. You got a profile button to switch between profiles, whether you've customized the buttons and them kind of thing there. And you've also got an ANC button, which I never know what that does, but yeah, that thing is there anyway. Now, one of my favorite features for these controllers specifically is the fact that you've got adjustable shoulder buttons. So your RT and LT, I don't know if you can see that, they go all the way down at the moment. However, if I slide this up, you'll see that they only go halfway down, and then they also get a nice little audible click. So because it goes less travel, or because it has less travel to it basically, this is better for fighting games or games where you don't really need analog trigger buttons. Maybe even shooting games, you just need to press the button and have the action happen in it. Whereas with a driving game, yeah, you are going to need the analog triggers, and you can obviously slide this back down and make it fully analog again. So yeah, now I've always loved that about these Nacon controllers. Anyway, I guess let's get this plugged in and get some gaming on. Oh, wait. Before we do that, let me show you what else is in the case. So we got this little docking station for the controller where it looks like you plug the controller in, you plug the receiver in there, and then you kind of put the controller on top of it like so. So basically what that means is when you put your controller on here, it will be charging, and as soon as you take your controller off, it will be connected via 2.4 gigahertz to your PC. Obviously, you get a little USB-A to USB-C cable, nice little braided thing. It looks about 2 meters in there, so definitely enough to reach from wherever your USB ports are on your PC to where you're sitting in your little esports gaming chair or wherever you're sitting on kind of thing. Now you're probably wondering what's in here, fam, and I've seen this before on another Nacon controller. They're basically weight kits and extra buttons for your analog sticks, which you can swap out on the fly to change up the feel of your controller. So for example, what I'm going to show you right now is the grips at the back of the controller here. These slide out. You see what I'm saying? They slide out there and they slide out here as well. And what you basically do is you get these little weights. Let me just pick one out for you to show you. You get these little weights. This one's a 14 gram, and you slide that into the controller like so. I'm going to get another weight. What we got here, 14 grams as well. I'm going to slide that into the controller. So if you need a controller that's got a bit more weight kind of thing, it's got a bit more girth to it, you can put that in there. Boom. Customize the weight of the controller exactly how you want. And it's the same thing with the analog stick. So we've got a kind of, I don't know, kind of flat design at the moment, kind of standard procedure design on these Hall Effect analog sticks. Man can literally pop that off here, put that down to the side, and then I don't know, let's get this thick boy. We've got the thick boy here right now, and we should be able to just pop that on. Boom. Now we've got the thick boy. I don't know what the thick boy is best for. Don't know if this is more of an accuracy thing or just preference, but yeah, boom. You got the thick boy thing there whenever you need it. Same thing with the D-pad, fam. Now this D-pad is a kind of 360 D-pad. If you want more precision when you're playing like a fighting game, obviously you just clip out the D-pad like so, dash that part down, and get yourself a regular D-pad. And you should be able to just put that in, and boom. Do you get it? Customize the controller however you want it. Look at my little greasy marks there, fam. You can see that the chicken grease is all over this thing. They're actually going to be angry at me when I give this back. Almost forgot to show you guys the little 2.4 gigahertz wireless receiver. You know the deal. You plug it into the computer. You press the button to pair. You also press the pairing button on the top of the controller, and you should be pretty much good to go. Or if you've already done that, then it will just automatically connect the controller when you next turn it on. But yeah, nice and cool. And it obviously slots in to the little dock thing I was talking about earlier. So you slide that in like so. Boom. Do you get it? Then you put the controller on top. Boom. Then you plug the controller and the dock in to the computer. Alright, yo. Light work, guys. Light work. Now, I think one of the littiest things about this controller has got to be the screen on the top. Now, you click this button on the top here to go into the menu, and obviously you control the menu with the buttons on the controller. I know that just makes sense, but yeah, it makes sense. And what's sick is you can actually map the rear buttons on the fly in real time, fam. Yeah, so whatever face buttons I want to map, I can map them to these back buttons using this on controller menu, so that when I'm playing an FPS and I'm doing twin stick, I don't have to let my thumb up off the stick to actuate one of these face buttons, fam. That that's crazy. And it's crazier that I can just map those buttons without needing to download another software to fight with on my computer and map it like that. Now you can also map like Bluetooth stuff, pairing options, battery saving modes. I think you got some other stuff going on in here as well. Gyroscope on or off, audio in terms of the microphone and stuff like that. Yo, like crazy that you could actually do that from the controller menu. And if you hold down, it will go into Xbox mode, obviously, where, yeah, these are just buttons and options for your Xbox kind of thing. That thing right there, I've just not seen that on a controller before. That's so sick. That's so legitimate. Yeah. I like that. Now, exactly the same with the Nacon Revolution 5 for PS5. The buttons on this controller feel perfect for playing your little fight 'em up game kind of thing. I did a little bit of Street Fighter. I've got a little bit better, not as good as I used to be, but I was able to hold my own with this controller. The analog stick, which I use in Street Fighter, weirdly enough, felt really good and it felt really responsive. I was able to get my combos out, especially my 360 circular moves with Zangief. Now moving on to Tekken, which is where I normally use the D-pad, this also felt really good. And I was quite alright with the 360 D-pad that comes in the box, but either one was pretty decent in Tekken, and the trigger buttons, or the L2 or LT and RT, they felt perfect as well. I set them to their shorter modes so they could be actuated quicker, and yeah, I was able to use them nice and easy in those fighting games. Now moving on to some casual play games, obviously the controller does really well at that. I played a little bit of Revenge of the Savage Planet, played a little bit of Nine Souls, both of them quite fast paced games. Maybe Nine Souls a little faster paced than Revenge of the Savage Planet, but both games didn't give me any issues playing them on the controller, fam. Yeah, pretty much happy, man. I know Nacon have got it on lock with these controllers, but yeah, in testing, it did what it needed to do. And to be honest, I think that's it, guys. Like, you're getting quite a lot of controller. Even though it's nearly £200, you are getting quite a lot of Xbox controller for those of you that prefer controller experiences to your traditional mouse and keyboard. You get the little charging case as well. You got the 2.4 gigahertz and Bluetooth connectivity, or USB if you're feeling old-fashioned and you want the best of latency possible. You've got a nice quality controller. You've got all those customizable buttons you can swap out. I don't know what more people want within a controller, fam. Let me know if this controller is a bit of you though in the comment section below. And obviously make sure you guys like, follow and subscribe for more content just like this.